We titled this, Anyone Following You, from a leadership perspective, because often the question for me is, in an organization, is how do you bring the organization along on the ride? How do you make sure that they are there when you're there? During the 130 years of history, we've had to, as you might imagine, have to remake ourselves a few times. So the leaders somewhere along the line had to figure out that we got to be something different than we were then. We had 5,500 stores at Kroger. Now today we have about 2,400. So less than half the number of stores we had then. If Kroger had not changed, somebody else would have replaced us, and they would have replaced us with what became then the modern supermarket. Somebody at Kroger figured out that we wanted to displace ourselves. So we got rid of these and went to something a little bit bigger. Either change and become better, or you go backwards and you lose ground and you go eventually out of business. In the 1990s, we went through lots of trauma. We were losing ground. And as a retailer, if you're losing ground, that means you're becoming less relevant with the customer. And we had to face that music at some point. We sell to America, and America has become so much more diverse. And so I've told our merchants that we're going to sell sushi. There's a lot of customers who want to buy it. So we need to have people who work for us who like sushi, because I don't. And if you have me buying it and making decisions on it, you're not going to be happy. In fact, I also usually add, I'm from Kansas, and I still think of it as bait. But the point is that you have to have inside the company diversity that represents what the customers want. The employees have to change gears. They have to change from the way they did business before to a different way of doing that same process. And when adopted and reducing the time, it allows us to have something to reinvest in prices. But this is where it comes to the point of talking about how do you bring along the organization. And you look behind you and you think, well, we think we're leading down a path, but is anyone there? Anyone following us? We got them to buy in because they had a hand in shaping it. And the minute you think that you have arrived and you're at the top of the game and you don't need to improve anymore, that's when you're going to go down. Two roads diverged in a wood, and we took the one less traveled by. And that has made all the difference. Thank you.